Hello everybody. So I've just had a day which exemplifies some of the things we were talking about at our team away day. So our team away day, we started talking about the fact that in every organisation there's a culture, there's an organisational culture, and it's the sort of unseen bit, the family characteristics if you like. And it's just be useful over these next few weeks just to spend a bit of time talking about the practical examples that show how our culture works in FaithWorks. And one of the things is, of course, your values, your vision and your purpose all determine what that culture is. And so I've been at 2 meetings today which really helped to exemplify that. So we've just said goodbye to Claire Holly. It's been her last day today. This is Friday, and Claire was a great example of our values, isn't it? So we're welcoming, we're alongside, we're trusted, we're empowering, and we're resourceful. Spells like water. And Claire exemplified alongside, going the distance, taking as long as it needs to actually help someone get to a point of resilience. So our values are really important, as in our vision. Our big vision within FaithWorks talks about across the map. We've got that big map, and it says we have life centres, or centres of life, so that nobody is more than 15 minutes away from a place where there is practical help, there is relational support, and there is spiritual hope. And I'm at one of those places. So this is the Church of the Good Shepherd. It's got a place in FaithWorks history. If you talk to Ruth and maybe even to Dave, they will tell you about this being a place where they used to be and have an office here back in the early days. And it's got a new church building, relative new church building, and it's got a new vicar, and her son is the worship leader. And we've just had a first meeting with them, and they're really keen to find ways of reaching out to this community in very practical and relational ways, and pointing to the one who's on the top. There's the cross on there which says the one who loves each person individually and wants them to get to know him. And we want to work with churches because that's the only way we can do that bit of our work. So the vision is there for having a life centre in every place, working alongside places like this to do that practical, relational, spiritual hope. So can we already work with them from Pool Food Bank, but is there a link with Smile? Is there a link where we can give them some of the helps that we've got in terms of where can I find help? Where can I use the food map, the homelessness partnership website, things like that. So that's one of the things we try and do. So all of that values, vision and purpose makes up something of what we are from our culture. And it was just an interesting thought for me is, if I think about our projects, where do I see our values in action? And people like Claire exemplify that. And what does hope look like in each of our different projects? And just the little things of seeing somebody today who walked into half time and went away with actually their shoulders further up. It was amazing. They just got some clothes and a couple of other things sorted out, and their shoulders were back up a bit. And that's what hope looks like. So anyway, I'm away on a couple of days retreat next week to think about what comes next, where God might be leading us next. But I hope you can see places of hope in the coming week. Take care of yourselves, and thank you for being hope bringers and people who make this culture really good within the organisation. Bless you.